Instagram.
We
Oh yeah, I've got to pull up.
are live.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have done the Instagram, dude.
Dude, I think I broke it.
I could have done the Instagram.
Why don't you do it then? Because it's
Well,
broke.
I have to delete the stream key then.
Yeah, do it. It's broke.
All right. All right. Stand by. Happy
And I'll
New
come
Year,
back.
everybody. We are Dark Horse Tackle is ringing in the new year. We are
Ringing.
We are ringing it in. Ring it.
I didn't bring a bell.
We're not bringing it.
I see a freaking post of what's his face? Gosh dang it.
Yeah.
Last Caius Gimbeer, Armando.
Armando.
Our good buddy Armando now has a post up starting the year off with some bass fishing. Yeah, because you live in Texas, okay?
Yeah.
I just saw that. Congratulations on look. I've already seen what Ryan Dahl and his brother went out and smashed some today. Some of the Dayton guys got out here in Ohio.
What are you saying? No excuse?
Awesome. There's no excuse.
There is no on the Great Miami. There is no excuse. You're absolutely right. There is no excuse on the Great Miami.
Happy New Year,
There's no
Mr.
excuse
Wicked.
here either. We all could have got out.
Could have. I couldn't have. I'm too damn busy. I got barcodes.
I placed an order the other day, and Zach's been busy since. That's.
I'm not. Zach knows. Zach will tell you first and foremost. I am not going to put myself into a position of willing discomfort to catch a singular fish. I'm not.
I will.
But when they're on, and I know I'm not going out guessing for that outcome. When they're on, I'll go do it. When I know they're on, I'll go do it. I do that all the time.
Yeah, but that magic little time in the winter, it can be 45 minutes.
Yes, and that magic
Snow.
little time in the winter is usually when it's not below 20.
Snow.
It can be then.
I'm sure it could be, but I'm not doing it.
And if you're there.
So what you're saying is fishing.
What's up, Tyler?
Yeah.
You just gotta be there.
You should come join us on YouTube where all the cool kids hang out.
What's up, Tyler? Yeah, I went out last weekend on Saturday. It was weird because it was actually like everything I don't talk about. It was like the opposite. Like it really was like there was so much parody in the day. I started based on what the weather said that it was going to start warming up. So that like 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock time frame where, it's going to go from 42 degrees up to 45 and the wind's going to stop and there might be some sun. And I was like, cool, it's on the warm up. Like, let's go during the warm up. Well, it didn't warm up at all. And it actually dropped the entire day. So from 2 p.m. to 5:30, the temperature just dropped. The best time frame of fishing that me and my girlfriend had was from 5 to 5:30, where it went from 42 degrees down to 37 degrees and the wind picked up.
Yep.
I'm now starting to understand the plot of the cat.
Yeah.
It waited.
It's just.
She knows.
she just. Right place, right time. All about the right place and the right time. That's what we're saying here.
Just like fishing.
It's like these wild animals and fish and stuff. They just know when the right time is. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish bass responded to my talking. I wouldn't shut up.
They do respond to your talking.
They do. Negatively.
They leave.
Yeah, negatively. They say, this guy read that book. I'm out of here.
I don't read. Not a reader. I fish. All of my books are like, if you're deep, throw a Carolina rig. They'll see it.
I don't. I'm currently reading a fishing book, but it's.
It was written by an actual smallmouth.
It may as well have been. His name's Tim.
Tim the smallmouth.
Tim the smallmouth.
But literally, it's like it is kind of funny though, because it's like these are ideal conditions for this thing, but don't just do it during this time because it can work other times too, type thing.
Yeah.
But there's, it's more like the tactics of boat control, certain aspects of fishing. One of them, we like reading, stealth and not talking and keeping a low profile. Like there's interesting things to the whole, like that he has to say, but it's, specifically reading water. Like the guy spent forever as a guide. And if you're familiar with river smallmouth, you've probably heard the name Tim Holschlag come up every now and again in a group of diehards.
Happy New Year, Eli.
But yeah, his books are a wealth of knowledge. It's like some old Buck Perry stuff when nobody knew about structure, and
right.
That dude was way ahead of his time.
So I wonder if there's a study done on pressure, humidity, and cloud cover, all three simultaneous, and how sound travels in water. Does sound travel differently when there's heavy cloud cover and it's snowing versus a bluebird sky day? Does anybody know that? Because, like, when you talk during those times, it sounds different. You like the cat? Is the cat? Cats are funny, huh, Zach? Meow. Yeah. Yeah, I love the cat right now. I don't even know where she's at. She's just meowing. Genuinely,
I don't know. I don't get hung up on the whole pressure thing. I just try. I start from I like the progression of aggression approach.
Sure.
Like, right? You just start as aggressive as you can because they're going to eat it. Why throw anything else? You're far more efficient throwing fast and loud, or at least fast. Like loud is negligible, but
something they can react to.
Yeah.
That's always my go-to. That should be everybody's go-to. Nobody's like, oh man, I can't wait to make 10 casts versus 100.
Yeah. Right. Like,
I
can't wait to
100.
Do a 7-minute pause on a jerkbait.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's what I'm saying, Zach. Nobody's going, I can't wait to cast 10 times. I
go out for 8 hours and just drag a worm for.
Right. What I found with realistically, man, like,
what's up, Armando?
When it comes to my girlfriend and I fishing together versus me fishing solo, I go places that we can both access. River access is difficult as a duo. Unless, oh my God, I can't find the cat.
Completely sabotaged.
Genuinely don't know where she is. So we go to ponds.
In your hat.
Right. The ponds.
Yeah, if nobody's got waders and you're like bank beating a river, like there's usually that one good spot to cast from.
But the problem with all these ponds is that we had a very long warm season, meaning that the weeds still haven't died off. The slime's not the slime. I think the slime has evolved to never dying. I think the slime will always be green.
Throw that Magnum Speedball. Or the Basto Speedball.
I just throw
that slime pretty good.
Micro jigs, dude. Micro jigs, and trust me, Michael, the cat is fed. Trust me, the cat is telling me she wants more to eat because she.
I think the cat is saying it wants more attention.
I don't even know where the cat is. I can hear it.
Derailed. So, anyways, resolutions. We were gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about. What we're gonna try to do as I'm assuming as personally
anglers.
As fishermen. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it tied to fishing. I mean,
no, personally as fishermen, not
anglers,
like resolutions
not
for
like,
Dark Horse Tackle.
Right. As fishermen,
things we can do that we can control as individuals, as anglers.
Well, personally, as a fisherman, as an angler, I'm going to continue to fish Dark Horse Tackle lures. That's one of my resolutions.
So we're doing exactly
everybody else should too.
Gonna do.
I had to get that out there.
No, I was right before we came on. I was like, one of the things I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna pick up a pair of like, just cheap hip waders and put them under the back seat of the truck.
Yeah.
As as the years have gone since I've got into kayak fishing, like that's the way I prefer to fish. And it's gotten kind of to the point where it's like, if I'm not, loading a boat and getting out in the kayak, like I'm just not going. So I'm kind of like, all right, the hip waders will just allow me to access more areas wherever I'm
Cleat
at.
Or felt?
Cleat. I don't mess with the felt. I don't like to transport species.
Rubber.
Yeah.
Because I'm poor.
Yeah, no, durability. I'm going to bushwhack in these things. Give me the cheap PVC ones because
Frog Togs makes a great pair. They're like $50.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm.
Wear an extra pair of pants. That's
$59.99.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
That's $50.
Christmas
for a guy like me. Power of nines.
But anywho, that's kind of what like my big thing, because I will be able to fish more just by having those things in the back of the truck. The rods are always in there. There's always, a little handful of baits. And with that, I'm going to take I'm going to build like that little 4-section back pocket tackle box of like the baits, or probably the packs. It's like what I'm probably going to end up doing.
Right.
Like that'll be my, like, okay, I stuff this in my back pocket and go type thing.
Happy New Year, Sean.
And
I did really well with the Ned presentation that we gave out for December, the shorty and the little tungsten Arsenal Ned.
I like that little crocagator worm. That one's
love any downsized version of a big worm. Like, because as a kid,
dude, they didn't downsize that tail. Like,
exactly.
It's like they just cut 7 inches off the rest of it and just left you the butt end of a 10-inch worm. It's great.
Well, ironically, that's how I fished the cogworm. I pretty much cut it in half, give it about an inch of meat before the taper, and then throw it on a shaky head.
Yeah.
Or a ball head jig. Like that whole worm is a tough package to sell year round. Obviously it has its place, but for the most part, like, I'll start it off aggressive, but if not, I'll just cut the thing in half.
Yeah.
Downsize. I've watched a lot of people talk about not downsizing in the winter. That's fine. As bass fishermen, I assume that we all have nice. If anyone's watching.
I saw her.
I assume we're carrying more than one combo. And the big bait guys love to press the big bait during the winter.
Dude, Josh Pallades put a post out with Clutch the other day that I was like, that right there. He was like, you don't want to miss the big bite or the big bait bite in the winter. Like, don't put it down. But his caveat in the same post was, if it is not happening,
put it down
and downsize immediately. Like massively downsize. Dude. Don't work your way down, just massively downsize. I was like, yes, exactly.
You can figure it out pretty quick if they're going to eat a glide bait or not, regardless of the season.
Yeah.
Regardless of the season, a person or cat. Nice. The cat is absolutely interloping. So, and yeah, dude, I threw the Pistol Pete around a good bit, but at the same time, the water was super muddy. And I just don't see, for me, and the expertise that I lack in glide bait fishing, guess what? I'm putting it down. I see muddy water and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Throw the bone.
I don't have the bone because I like IU.
I know.
Because
that
IU gets bit everywhere.
Sweet.
Except for in the mud.
Not in the mud, though, and that's fine.
Look, if you're going to fish a glide bait in muddy water, you need one color. It simplifies
bone.
It. White. Bone.
If only you had access to a tackle shop.
But
if only.
But
yeah, like, if only I could, Yeah. Oh, hey, Zach, I'm on the 13th hole of North Star. Can you bring me a bone glide bait? Never in my life, because
Drone.
I can catch fish on other stuff. And catching fish on other stuff is very important in the wintertime. A foldable. Oh, look at that. This looks like a CDM guy. I'm going to look this up.
I mean, I think I have like if we want to get into weird travel rods, I have one of like
Tyler,
the original Pocket Fisherman right over here in the corner.
I don't know if you know or not, Tyler, but I became a jig fisherman last year. Last year.
Yeah. Dang Pillhead, man.
I'm agreeing.
You did. You did.
Which, by the way, Pillheads back in stock, plus a new color.
Yeah, and to the creek crawler's point, I'm sure that they can track it in turbid water. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is fishing is all about confidence. I know a fish will eat it. I know if I make 1 million casts with it in one day, I'm going to catch a fish with it. But am I maximizing the experience for myself, or am I just creating frustration? I guess it depends on how you look at it. The way I look at it is I'm creating frustration for myself.
Is that your resolution, to create frustration for yourself?
No, my resolution is to, again, time management being a part-time influencer for Dark Horse Tackle is get the content out of the way.
Do more dances.
Get the content out of the way. Get the stuff. Get the stuff you want to sell out of the way. Catch as many fish with stuff you want to sell. But when it comes time to compete, when it comes time to go out and, let's say we're fishing a frog body of water and the box doesn't have a frog. But Josh didn't take the time to make the baits about and this is my only time fishing. Can't just throw the frog all day. Gotta promote the company. But either way, catch a fish over 3 pounds.
Zach Morris, I will have hard hat stickers with me next week.
You do have hard hat stickers still?
Yeah, bro. We got a ton.
Oh, man. I think that's what we need to do. We need to bring back – let's do a run of stickers. I think that's the best.
They'll be delivered to your house on the 9th. You're welcome.
Stickers?
A run of stickers, yes.
Cool. So, think about it. As far as experimental, extracurricular things that our loving customers love to talk about that we don't have, such as stickers or hats or T-shirts or UPF sweaters or mosquito nets, truck covers, boat wraps, boat vinyls, truck wraps, whatever it may be, shoes.
I'm just waiting on a keychain bottle opener.
Exactly. Yeah. Keychain bottle, pocket knives, whatever it may be. I think the sticker is the good
cat muzzles.
Cat muzzles.
The sticker is your guide, right? Can we sell something other than fishing baits? Here's a sticker.
Obi-Wan sticker.
I like hey, look, coffee mugs. Coffee mugs might be a thing. A Dark Horse Tackle coffee mug would be cool.
Dark Horse Tackle toilet seat.
I'd rock it, but
you get an award. If we ever make one of those, Mr. Cook, we will send you one for free.
For free.
I'd need a Dark Horse travel mug because I don't drink coffee at home.
And to Brian's point again about the lateral line, I like the Koosh Ball microblade for the lateral line. Look, man,
we need to try his new one.
We do. But that bait's my winter staple because I can fish that bait like a swim jig. And I can fish that bait like a bladed jig. I can fish that bait like a blade bait, and I can fish that bait like a jig. Because the blade is so small.
Versatile.
Yes, you can run that bait slow enough to not get the blade to shake as much and let the action of your trailer take over. If you're throwing a paddle tail swim bait, it's perfect. You can really let the action of that paddle tail swim bait take over, and if you're going slow enough, it won't let that blade kick as much. A whiskey tumbler, no.
Who's
Now I do. I like fishing that little micro koosh blade,
dude.
Like as a little blade bait, like just little rips off the bottom.
Who's rolling around lures in a wooden bowl?
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, you guys know it's me.
He's got to talk about his winter pattern, and yeah, I mean, as far as resolutions go for me,
I've been away for so long, I forgot the rules.
Content. Just produce. I just want to produce more, and I guess open my mind to more opportunity as far as, is this a content moment? Because I've watched a lot of fishing content over the year. Really watched a lot of fishing content over the year, I know. And you look at people like Aggressively Average Anglers. They record everything. They record the boring. They record the exciting. They record the stuff where they're not fishing. They record themselves just straight up talking.
They also do a lot of planning.
Sure.
Always record. Yeah.
But there's still, one thing I've learned throughout the year of consistent posting is that it doesn't just have to be catching a fish.
Right.
It can be just fishing related. It can be slice of life content. Hey, these are the underwear I like to wear when I go fishing. I might make that as a joke video.
Whoa, hang on though. Have they been washed?
No, because they're
only if you didn't catch a fish.
Exactly. Yeah. But winter
and it has
patterns.
To be the third Sunday of the month too.
Yes. But winter patterns, right? Right now, I would say that the winter time is the worst time to hang up your fishing gear.
Absolutely.
If you can, you should.
It's hard up here anyway.
It's hard up here just because it gets that cold.
Well,
yeah.
If you're gonna be on the water, like actually on the water, you want to do it safely. It just requires it. Honestly, it requires gear I don't have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as far as
we have
hitting hard to reach or easy spots, dude, it comes down to covering whatever water I can and locking in where I get hit.
Sean, if I'm fishing the bank, I am doing the same thing.
Second part of that, it is
covering water
fishing from the bank.
Two separate. I see that.
I see that now. River fishing from the bank, you've got to be targeting the right spots. Those fish are going to pull into really specific areas, and not just the bass, like all the fish in any given like pool riffle area, they're going to be in one spot, and depth is important, but not the most important factor.
Well, it's depth is relative.
Well, they want to be in that slow water. It needs to be deep enough that they're kind of invisible to overhead predators. So that depends on your river clarity. But I would say, generally speaking, that is 4 foot or deeper on smaller creeks. I'd say like medium to larger size rivers, you're ideally looking for more like 6 to 8, is a more ideal depth. But the bigger factor at play is like that depth can almost mean nothing if they don't have a place to get out of rapidly rising water, like right there. Adequate current break.
So a downstream option, a sandbar.
It's more lateral.
Oh, I wouldn't even call it a downstream option.
It's like lateral.
There. They may not sit right in it all the time, but it has to be like, I think we've all familiarized ourselves probably with the largemouth, like vertical structure type thing. And that like they like that steeper bank so that they can like raise and lower in the water column and stuff. If you kind of turn that on its side a little bit and like they I don't know, river bass like do that too, and usually that deeper water is associated with a steeper bank. But being able to just tuck over real fast and just be out of the current, and I'm not talking like a boulder or a log. I'm talking about something that will block the river current if it rises like 3 to 6 feet. You know, look for significant current breaks. And your spots get further apart.
Our most loyal viewer has removed the cat problem. Thank you, April. So anyways, Ryan, can you restart all that?
All right. In a nutshell, you're looking for like ideally 6-8 foot of depth. But the current break is the bigger factor at play, so your spots get further apart on the river. So I would say identify some of those areas that are likely winter spots and focus all of your efforts there. Whether that's easy to hit or hard to reach, it's negligent, because if it fits the recipe for what they need that time of year, like that. If it's right off the road, they're there, and it fits the recipe, there's probably fish there.
Yeah.
And it's worth your time to stand there. Now, winter fish and fishing pressure, I don't think is much of an issue. Not a lot of people like to do it. Not a lot of people do it. Not a lot of people are successful doing it.
Do.
So, do.
Well, my thing is like what I've been looking for, especially the particular creek that I fish with, it has a lot of dead water. Like anything north of where I fish right now, especially right now, it's all mud bottom, super wide, no movement. And like mud, like that mud where it's like you step in this much to hit the solid bottom type of mud.
You just effectively described all of Ohio.
Right. You've got the silt. You've got the silt, but
not all of it.
There's a kayak launch, which whatever. The kayak, it's not even a kayak launch. I don't know how you're going to kayak launch right into a freaking riffle, but whatever. It's off the side of the road.
You can launch wherever you want.
So, spot I fish, bridge with about 2 foot of water, straight up rocks. Honestly, dude, I bet they were on top of that riffle. I probably had a better likelihood of catching fish on top of that riffle than I did below it. But I'm looking for oxygenation, access to deep water, access to shallower water, something to push up on. If that happens, right? If that winter feeding frenzy goes off and they can bully those fish outside of the deep water. And I was just about 20 yards too far away from where I believe fish would have actually been. Because, I mean, the way it looks is like this. There's a hard ridge on one side with water moving, and then it slopes straight down to calmer water, then goes up to a sandbar. And during the warmer months, I've had a lot of fish catches there. It's sketchy because it does get deep. So me walking it, I know how deep it gets. And then there is that stoppage farther down. So
is there deep water at the stoppage further down?
There is after the stoppage, but there is deep water up to the stoppage. It basically goes like this. Comes off the bridge, deep water, and then butts right up to something else. And then gradually goes down.
Huh.
It's a pool.
Yeah.
It's an entire pool.
I'd be more interested in the stoppage area.
Right. And that's that 20 yard. This is a stretch that's probably 20 to 40 yards that I have walked and spent a lot of time at.
It's a pretty straight stretch, though. I know where you're at.
It is a very straight stretch.
That's the problem.
But there's
like, I think it's too straight.
I've gone
like
there.
The particular upper one.
Right.
It may be an eat spot. Like if they are very active, maybe they move up to it because they still have that slower water, and the safety of the depth. But that's got to be a pretty like active feed move.
I just think
would feel like
in the grand scheme, though, like the way I'm thinking about it for winter, especially, is where is a spot that fish would feel safe? And to your point, I don't think fish necessarily feel safe there because it's not a spot where you can just like hang out all winter. Like it is a feed spot. Like there's times I've gone to that stretch and caught 20 fish in an hour and they're all over 14 inches. But, you know, there's also times in the dead of summer where, you know, the extremes of summer and the extremes of winter are very similar to each other. You're losing oxygen in the water. They slow down, metabolism slow down because it's too hot, too cold, and fish just don't want to. So if that spot's not safe enough for fish, they probably just aren't there.
I miss the cat.
The areas I like routinely fish are like they're the areas that I look for are like, and mind you, we're in central Ohio. We don't have fast moving water,
right?
Like in general, even our faster moving creeks and stuff are pretty slow in comparison to a lot of places.
Hey, you got no elevation change,
right? But I like when I'm like looking for areas, I'm looking for like the already pretty imperceptibly slow moving water. Like you have to be completely stationary to even register that there's current moving through. And then I look for the area where there's no current there, you know.
So let me ask you this on the Allegheny. that water moves pretty quick in a lot of it.
Yeah.
But there are some parts of it that just don't move. Like you can just sit there in a boat.
We were was it earlier this week or last week? Last week you and I were talking about it a little bit. I sent you a message about it, but I was like, dude, like, because we don't have one thing we don't really have in Ohio either is we don't have a lot of vegetation in the middle of our rivers.
Oh yeah.
We haven't got that bank grass and stuff, but so you bring up the Allegheny, a great place to look. Is where you have, especially if you have milfoil, because that needs like even slower water. But specifically where grass and like vegetation can actually root, because those seeds have to stop and settle to be able to root a lot of times. If you've got, you know,
except for that wild celery, it'll grow wherever the hell it
wants. That'll grow. That kind of like latches onto the rocks and stuff. Yeah, not that stuff.
This is bad as moss.
But if you've got, like more like the milfoil, pondweed, lily pads in your river and things like that, and you know where those areas are, those are great places to look in the winter. You do want a harder bottom. They're going to want that. Doesn't have to be.
The south bank of the Allegheny. The south bank in between Oil City and Franklin, where it's just straight shale and just the whole way. Or was it in between Terabithia or whatever that place is? I don't. In between Oil City and the other one.
I don't know. There might be a place called that in Pennsylvania, but certainly not in the area you're talking.
Tionesta?
Tionesta. Was it Tionesta in Oil City that had the steep ridges all the way on the south end of the south end of the bank was always like consistently deeper than the north end of the bank.
That's honestly most of the Allegheny.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess that south end of the bank then, where you have most of your hard bottom, where a lot of guys were catching fish on jig, and it was slower. Obviously, it was moving. It's a river.
It was deeper, and that's the outside channel with most of the current. I wouldn't be targeting the depth in the current there. You've got to find the big dead water eddies.
Yeah,
and they've got to have like I said, like a good healthy current break, not a boulder. Like I mean a good sized boulder can do it.
And there's some of those. They're like buses in there.
There are some of like those. I'm gonna correct myself, but I'm talking like it has got to be a house sized boulder. To make a difference. We're talking about stuff that's going to be able to block, knock down the current and the swirls and the turbulence of water that rises 3+ feet. I'm talking about the hard gravel bottom bays where all like you would have people
where the watermelons grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Down by the bay.
Down by the bays.
But you'd get into those a lot of these areas, you'd have that 5, 6, 7 foot of depth all the way through these inside bend flats that had gravel. But there's like no current that ever moves through those. It all rips around that high bank out there. And those are situations that like knowing your bottom substrate and kind of your environment help, because if you're only focused on the deepest water, it can lead you astray.
Josh, do you remember? It's about halfway through the float we did on the first day at KAS. And I think it's where you caught your first one. And it was on an inside bend.
One more time.
You caught your first bass about halfway, I think it was, about halfway through the float on the first day of KAS.
Okay, don't embarrass me, but sure.
I don't.
We were 8 miles into our 16-mile journey.
Listen, I really don't want to. I don't want to like give up spots. Like I truly don't.
So,
but anyways, it was on an inside bend that you caught your bass, and I always see bass there. The current is deep, the water is deep, and the current is strong on the outside of that. But on the inside of that, there's like it's like this, and they are forever there. They're there in the summer. They're there. I don't know about in the winter. They're there in the fall. They're there in the spring.
I bet they're there in the winter.
And they're probably there in the winter. Sounds like what you're talking about.
Just enough depth. So fish use all parts of the river.
Right.
And I think that you have these targets during the higher metabolism parts of the year that that people kind of focus in on almost to a fault sometimes. That particular, the KAS event we were in the fall, and I think Brian's on here, isn't he?
He was.
Okay, he was. Brian and I spent a lot of time targeting those big flats, especially once that sun burnt through that fog, because a lot of those fish will run up onto those flats and they will chase and feed like crazy, but they're also, it's warming faster. So they'll run up there, they'll warm up, they'll feed. And both of us, I think the vast majority of our big fish came off those flats, but it's a time and a place type thing.
Right.
They're not always up roaming those flats. I will say if there are bass, in particular smallmouth on those flats, like they're usually bigger, like big roamers that are there just to eat. It's not an all the time thing. That especially in the heat of summer, like they're more interested in that faster, more oxygenated water. Their metabolism is high. They can expend that energy and be out there and just be eating a lot. But the wintertime, I would be targeting those areas because even in higher water, a lot of that vegetation doesn't uproot like the wild celery. It dies off, but it doesn't uproot. So it starts to establish its own current break. Inside beds in general are out of the current. And if it has the depth and the bottom composition to accommodate what smallmouth want in the winter, or bass in general, because they all kind of like the same things. I assume we're talking smallmouth or maybe spotted bass, but they're all generally kind of in the same area this time of year.
You know what I'm excited for? I'm gonna go see Lake Arthur here, and probably like 2 months.
You need to go check that underwater spring soon.
Right? I'm super excited
right now.
I haven't fished the lake since July, and I'm excited to fish some still water. I had to cut the smallmouth talk because we're not just a river only podcast.
No, we're not. That was a very in-depth answer to a question.
Thank you for your tackle tip of the past 6 weeks.
So, yeah, I guess I'm making up for lost time, and I just
it was in them
right in there,
and it had to come out.
I want to touch on depth though, and I'm going to dispel the myth of like finding the deepest water, because like some of my favorite winter areas on the river, I have immediate access to like almost 25 feet of water, and I almost never catch fish in 25 feet of water. I'll catch them in 7 feet right next to it because it's out of the current.
All the river fishing I did last year, the deep water was always just bad.
Yep.
Never caught a damn thing ever.
Yep.
Never.
The river is the place that I go to get away from having to go fish deep water in a reservoir or a lake. Like,
yeah.
I want to catch fish on a buzzbait.
You can burn bank and target cast.
Yes. Like, I want to throw a crankbait again, and not a crankbait that goes down 20 feet. I want to throw a crankbait and still be able to feel my arms after the day.
The scourge.
The
Alpheus, the peanut.
Yeah. The peanut, like I
hope everybody took advantage of those freaking fishness sales on those balsa baits.
Yeah.
It took me I spent time today just removing all those deals today.
So
yep.
They're gone, I know, but man,
hey Tyler, if you're still with us, you should go check out the site. You're a star now.
You're a star. Nice. Nice. We did not plan that. Yeah, there you go, Ryan. Get in on some of that. Yeah,
I felt left out.
I really want there is
hold my beer.
There's a lot of winter fishing tips that are safe. And that's why a lot of guys say to fish deep water. But there's a lot of winter fishing that fishes exactly like the spring and the fall. There's a lot of winter fishing that fishes like the summer, because what I go for is active fish. The way I fish, the best success that I can have is to go after fish that are active. So if I find a pile of active fish, I'm going to catch fish regardless of the season.
That is something that is definitely, can't think of the word, but the winter. That is definitely something for the winter. If you find a fish, there's more.
Yeah, there's fish nearby. I know that I talk a lot about pond fishing and everybody wants to discredit it, yada yada. It's just a smaller It's just a downsized version of what
your camera agreed with discrediting you.
So when I'm pond fishing, pond fishing is not
just a micro environment.
Yes, it's not just some toilet bowl it's not just some fish tank that I go out and hand feed. I'm not saying that there's pressure, but what I'm saying is those bass don't know they're in a pond. The bass in lakes don't know they're in a lake. They know me hungry, me need to eat. Me hungry. Yeah. That's all they know. So they put themselves into positions to eat. So this particular pond I was fishing was long. It's a long stretch that you can cast across. But casting across it during the winter is a bad gig because you're not covering contour correctly. And the way, obviously, this pond is going to fall into itself, especially with it being long and skinny. So what do? You've put yourself in a position where you can cover deeper water, not the deepest water, but I'm not going from shallow to deep to shallow. I'm putting myself into a position where I can start deeper. They're not my pets personally, but there was a specific cadence that I learned on that day, and this does translate to, I do a lot of ledge fishing in the summertime. This translates very well to ledge. You find that depth, you find that cadence, and honestly,
I think I know the one you're talking about, and it's all year long. They're on that ledge,
right?
They're right there. They're right there. They're right on that ledge, man.
It's if you find that depth of where they are at, it doesn't.
Is it the place where we were catching them basically on top water in December?
No, it wasn't. I only caught one out of there.
Really?
Yes.
You told me they're screwing it all up over there.
I will say, like, dude, most of my winter largemouth that I've caught have all been they've all been lake fish, but they've all been no deeper than 8 feet.
Right. So
no deeper than 8 feet.
In this particular reservoir I fish that Ryan's familiar with, there is a ledge, a very big ledge, that comes in and out, and there's all kinds of variants to it. It some places it does that, some places it's straight down. Sometimes it's one of those things where a straight down and a stair step meet each other. But when you find that depth, it doesn't really even matter what the cadence is. If you're on a pile of fish and they're at 8 feet, you can toss anything 8 foot deep, and there is a 90% chance that they're going to eat it. Doesn't matter.
Well, anything from Dark Horse Tackle.
Correct. Doesn't matter if you're throwing, a tiny little shorty on a Ned rig. It doesn't matter if you're throwing a big bladed
tantrum crawl.
Now, that they're just there because there's a good chance that there's food either above them or below them. But below them is below the fish feeding frenzies aren't necessarily as existent as an above the fish feeding frenzy. Fish eat crawdads because they stumble upon them and go, oh shit, mine. Big pods of bait fish is an awareness thing. Yes, I am waiting.
I know all bass like to feed up, but like largemouth are more apt to feed up.
Because most of what they're eating is
up
at their level or up.
The way I
think
smallmouth, I know, will get into craws depends. And stuff, but they also like to feed up.
I think it depends on their environment and what the predominant forage species.
A smallmouth in a river system, and this is probably where this comes from.
It depends.
A smallmouth in a river system is not always going to feed up because a lot of times they're just swimming. They're moseying around.
Now, I did recently learn
most of their food is small, little, whether it's minnows or crayfish, just down in the bottom.
One of the reasons why you fish the underside of the top of a mat is because it's full of crayfish. The crayfish get up.
Yes.
And they're hanging out up in the tops of these plants.
I didn't know that.
Yes. You rather than flipping into a mat and letting it hit the bottom and then pulling it out and moving on.
I knock the roof, but I've always just assumed it's because the bluegill are sitting right.
I knocked the roof for a reaction.
It's not just bluegill, but the crayfish are up in there. I'm trying to remember who I
prefer the bite knocking the roof versus like shaking it down on the bottom.
Yeah. It would be knocking the ceiling.
Well, yeah,
a frog knocks the roof. Come on, Ryan. Come on, jeez, man.
Hey, I'm a river guy.
Well, you haven't been on the live for a while.
I know.
You get a pass.
Don't give me a pass.
He doesn't want the handicap.
I grew up on a canal lake that's 8 feet deep and
canals
vegetation.
Did you know canals?
All I did growing up was fish.
Don't get me started on canals.
I got a whole thing on canals. That's ice fishing right now,
but for 2026, I've got 2 resolutions. The first of which is I am going to try to fish as many tournaments as I possibly can, and I'm excited to do it. I have never done that before. I've done a few tournaments here and there, but I really want to fish tournaments in 2026, and I'm excited to do that. And there's a multitude of reasons why I want to do it. And I have a holdover resolution from 2025, and that is a fish that is a fish that is greater than 19 3/4. A smallie that is greater than 19 3/4.
I'm gonna make you River 20.
I'm gonna make you a custom hat. In that hat that you like that says the quest for 20.
I want one that says the quest for 19 7/8.
Yeah, the quest for almost 20. And yeah, those
15 16ths.
Yeah.
Those weeds do hold heat, Tyler, and that's another thing that I fish a lot of in the wintertime. Any kind of outlier, let's just say you're fishing a mud bank. You're fishing a mud bank, and then you come up on a pile of rocks. Out of the entirety of that mud bank, the best chance that you have of catching a fish, whether it's sunny, cloudy, snowing, or raining, hello?
What was that?
Has joined. Probably Ryan playing with his toys.
No.
Oh,
I didn't think that was Ryan. Somebody just hopped on. I don't know. Don't know how they did that.
He's inside the house. But
there's a ghost in the machine.
Piles of weeds, even if they're dead, piles of weeds will hold heat. I catch a lot of fish in the wintertime off of dead piles of weeds. And a lot of times it's doing something fast, like letting a blade bait hit the bottom, getting caught in a little pile and rip, boom, right there.
I like the dead weeds in spring.
Dead weeds in spring is great because that spring is, dude. I'm telling you, fishing.
I'm kind of licking my chops.
There's some
this New Year thing. I'm licking my chops. I started the day off by watching a Bassmaster tournament, and I got to thinking, like, it's a new year. It's January. That means fishing is not that far away. That means the Classic isn't that far away, except unfortunately it's going to be in Tennessee. But like, all this stuff is coming up.
Yeah.
All this stuff is coming up, and
corner.
Spring fishing in Lake Arthur is great.
It's awesome.
It's so great.
The fact that I could go there in early April and just fish a spinnerbait the way I like to fish a spinnerbait and not even have to think about it, because that's my favorite way to fish a spinnerbait. This far off the water, waking the blades, stopping it or burning it past or at some structure, and then an instantaneous whirlpool reaction, big boil.
Dude, the reset is so great. It's so great.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
literally licking my chops.
Well, I mean, you know, I put my order in the other day. What was in my order? I had a couple frogs in there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
Do you want me to? Would you like me to go over your order?
In Ohio.
I'll tell everybody exactly what you ordered.
A bunch of Ned's peanuts, a bone pistol Pete, a couple frogs.
Peanut, the peanut balsa crank. A poppin' frog, a walking frog, more peanuts, a pistol Pete. Oh, come on, man!
And a bunch of Neds,
bunch of HTWs.
Yeah. You actually pretty much cleaned us out of the HTW, bro.
I love the traffic cone.
Whoa, what's up, Andrew?
The traffic cone one is specifically for spring. Specifically for spring.
Very merthiolate-y. And look, I've probably talked about it before, but
it's a fat little short worm too. Like, it pairs up with the 3/4 and 1 ounce tungsten pretty well.
There's a hole in that tail.
A lot of people love to talk about throwing red in the spring, and where you throw red, I like black. And I like anything that's fluorescent, whether it's a highlighter orange, a merthiolate, a pink, a white, mainly white.
I'm a big like just straight chartreuse.
Straight chartreuse is great.
Chartreuse.
But there's something with fluorescence under dirty water.
Disco lemonade.
It becomes a ball of light, essentially. Like when the light hits that bait in murky or dirty water, it shows a different body. And I've done better throwing my fluorescence than I ever have a red. I'm not a big red guy.
Hey, real quick interruption.
Yeah.
Real quick interruption. For any of you listening that are going to go to the Columbus show, we have held back a small amount of Tackle Talk Bass Essentials boxes. And Andrew has been kind enough to say that he is going to sign the boxes. And so if you're at the Columbus Expo and you would like to get a Columbus box, a Tackle Talk Bass Essentials box signed by Andrew Hayes himself, they will be there.
I love pink in general.
Not many.
I do
Very
too.
few.
I like pink in general.
It's funny that you say that.
I don't know how those fish see that color, but man,
I think it's white
when they see it.
Andrew was on Serious Angler the other day, and it really did look like he was wearing lipstick. You've never seen redder lips on a dude, ever, ever. He'll agree here in a little bit. But anyways,
no, that traffic cone though, I specifically bought those for spring fishing, and that's
was that just muddy water or?
No. It's a straight visual thing. It is for
listen, I ain't afraid to say it. We have that color. I don't like that color.
What color?
It's for deep water.
I don't like traffic cone.
Deeper water beds. Deeper water smallmouth beds.
It's called having a real camera.
That's the one I'll fish on like a heavier weight, and I'll flip it in these like deep water eddy beds that if I happen to upon those fish. But beds in general, because like they don't care that tail's hollow, you can shake the heck out of that worm, and you can do that really easily on a heavier weight as long as you can get it in there, without just pushing them right off. But it's a visual thing. That color is bright. It stands out. It's not a muddy water thing at all.
Real quick, speaking of expos, we've got the Great Lakes Fishing Expo in Girard, Ohio.
9, 10, and 11 of January.
That we may miss next Thursday because we've got a lot of setup to do, and we actually want to do it right this time instead of getting there at 7 o'clock and having an hour to prep and set up, which is normal for us. But we kind of want to be professional about it. We're professional rushers, but hey, imagine what we could do with 3 hours of time instead of 1. But in regards to bed fishing, I like to do a really unethical version of bed fishing, and I don't really think there's much ethics involved in bed fishing because
you throw in the number you throw in the MEPS 15.
No, I'm throwing a lot of times
the musky killer.
I've got a very specific glide bait that hunts nose down.
Mike Long unethical.
And
exactly, they're in a cage.
When you throw a glide bait at a bed, the fish will pay attention to it. There's a glide bait in their bed. They'll pay more attention to it than, say, a Senko or a tube or whatever you want to say.
I don't know about that tube. I'll fight you on that one. They hate tubes.
Secondly, I love throwing a tube behind the glide bait while this is a 2-rod system, okay? Glide bait's out. I'm pitching a tube. The tube may or may not have a treble hook in it. Use your imagination. When the fish goes to move that tube, because one or the other has to go, they don't like multiple things in their bed. Have you ever watched the bluegill go into a bass bed?
Weirdos.
Oh, yeah.
They're just no fun.
Once more than 1 or 2 fish go into the bed, they lose their mind. They start running at stuff. One thing is just something to look at. 2 things is a problem. Like 9 times out of 10 bed fishing. So glide bait down, secondary bait in front of it. Something's getting eaten.
This sounds like a recipe for a tangle.
It's not. It's not. It's a 2-hand system. You just got to keep it away from itself. You just got to keep it away from itself.
To answer your question, Andrew, yes, Mike Long, unethical. That's where we're going.
It's even close to Mike Long unethical.
No laundry baskets.
Mike Long would be the best paddlefish fisherman in the world if he lived that way.
For those new to glide bait fishing, one of the best times to fish them is coming up, and that is the pre-spawn through the spawn. So if the Pistol Pete's not quite doing it for you here now, just give it a few more months. It can be. When I first got into it, that was the best. Like that was where I gained my confidence. Was fishing. Yeah, like April, May, throwing it into nothing of water.
Yep.
I mean, you'd run it like twice, and it was just gone. The second it got near beds, and you can throw those things a mile, so you can stay way off of stuff. But yeah, when they're really,
I'm gonna throw it on that railroad grade, Josh. I'm gonna throw it on that railroad grade.
I did. Hey man, I'm telling you, if I had a glide bait in my hands that one day I threw the sack pig rat, it'd have been the same effect. It'd have been the same, like just keeping a wake bait this low below the water, chopping a glide bait the same way, they'd have eaten it. But all I had was the rat, and I wanted to catch fish on the damn rat. So,
yes, I do, Andrew. Harness swim baits. I'll like. Is it what is it? I'm thinking the Defiant like 210, with the top hook. Because that one does like a phenomenal job. It doesn't like roll over. Like
it's a great wintertime swim bait.
It is like wedge.
You can nose it. You can drag it around.
That thing.
Yep,
dude, I don't even reel that thing. Like I literally just move it a little bit with the rod.
You can just hop it.
Yeah, the harness style swim baits are. I
need to go fishing.
Like I prefer the top hook through line a little bit better because you're throwing them so shallow. If you do rig them treble way, same thing. Line through, but go on top. Just because.
Did you say line through?
If you, yeah.
I know a secret about that.
What's your secret about it?
I know a secret about line throughs. I know a secret. There's something coming.
Oh,
there's something coming.
Easter eggs
from a company we love. From a company we love. There's something coming.
Eggs left and right.
It's coming. It's coming.
There was
just like fishing time.
There was another Easter egg there for all you listeners, but I'm not going to tell you which one it was. But yeah, I like those. There's something about like if you can get a bigger bait into a bed, a lot of times it can trigger a fish because they don't like. The bigger it is, the more intrusive it is to that thing that they're locked in.
It's a danger. It's the more of a threat it is.
Yeah, and a lot of times, especially if those big females are sitting there too, the males are like they're like peckish about it, right? Like they just want to move things. Where
did you just call them peckers?
Peckish.
Peckers.
Peckish.
Did you say that because they're males? Sexist.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Nowhere.
The males don't move those big baits well. And so kind of like it will force the female's hand into coming in and moving it for them.
Yes.
Sometimes I at least that's my peckish peckers. There it is.
10 times. Do it quick.
Oh man.
Peckish peckers would be a great opposite of Hooters restaurant.
Just
are you hungry?
You put that restaurant right up next to it.
Yes. We serve nuts.
See, welcome back, Ryan. Everybody's glad you're here, buddy.
Glad to be back. I wish I could be back next week too.
Yeah, man.
We might not be back next week, dude. Who knows? Next Thursday's our prep day.
That's true.
Oh, next Thursday. If we do show up next Thursday, it's going to be short and sweet.
Yeah.
Very short. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. We're building I'll be sitting if we do. I'll be sitting with you, Josh, in the curtain.
You'll be in the peak chair.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we got our own his and hers rolly chairs. What of all the time that my camera has decided to autofocus? Never.
You know, that's not too bad of an idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Just let it run.
Let it run
for like 8 hours straight. Watch Josh and I rip each other's hair out.
There's always people in the chat that's like, "Hey, can you pay attention to me? I see you're doing something." But do you guys sell spoons? Not the fishing kind either. We need Dark Horse Tackle spoons.
Oh, Mr. Cook, that's rough. He said, "Just put the cat on."
Put the cat on. Just.
Is that a slight at our show, Mr. Cook? Are you not enjoying?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained by this almost hour?
The cat is chewing on Josh's Wi-Fi cords. The modem cords are being chewed.
Probably.
It just wants a spoon. It just wants a spoon.
Cat,
not like a fishing spoon. But.
The cat has been problematic.
Welcome to 2026, everybody.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, will be the year of the horse.
We're on day one and we're coming off the rails already.
Hey,
stay away from the secret sauce.
Corn dogs,
Bradley,
chili dogs,
on fire.
Dogs.
My kid picked out some nice ghost pepper hot sauce for me. I've been enjoying that sauce lately.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Now is it fun hot or is it like, why am I doing this hot?
That's such a subjective question.
It is not. There's a difference.
I think it is not hot for the sake of being hot. It is a very flavor.
So it's fun hot.
Yeah, you're gonna sweat buckets, but it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember trying to film the Heat Your Meat commercial, and for whatever reason we couldn't.
Oh my God.
I don't know why it was so.
I have all that footage. It took us like what, almost 3 hours to film a 30-second.
I don't know, dude. Like we just got drunker and drunker too. Like it was just like, all right, we'll have another beer and lock in. And then I don't know what line we were trying to say, but it wasn't funny. But we thought it was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny in like a Cheers TV show.
We haven't done. See, I miss those videos, bro.
I know. Local small businesses was a cool commercial.
Not just the local small business part, but like I miss those videos, man. We gotta try to get one or two of them in next year.
We could get one in for January.
We could. Actually, we could do it right at the show.
Yeah.
We could.
Right at the show, in the middle of the show. Hey, excuse me, I'm doing something.
Just put the close sign up.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, buddy, I'm trying to make a YouTube video. I don't care what.
Come back later. You're not as important as our viewers.
Come back later. Go check out Doc's Custom Tackle over there. They're from the Northeast. They're mass holes.
Assholes. So, anyways, yeah. Let's you guys want to wrap her up?
Wrap this up. I'm running out of stuff.
Dude, you need to like leave and come back, bro. You're screwed right now.
Why is that?
You're all over the place, Ryan. Or is it me or
no?
Josh?
It's like it's all. It can't focus. It's
you got problems, bro.
Yeah, you're all seeing. I can't see much. It's still. It needs to sleep off last night a little longer, I guess.
Yeah, you got problems.
That's what my camera's doing right now.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the cat did.
She gone.
Nah, she ain't gone.
People came and got rid of her. Bless her heart.
The cat got you.
Lying in wait.
Anywho, come out to Girard, Ohio for the Great Lakes Fishing Expo.
Please
don't let Girard, Ohio scare you. Just come into the expo. You'll be safe in there.
At least we're not Youngstown.
That's the motto, I think. Yeah,
that's.
It really is. It really is a great show, and it'll be a lot of fun. Raccoon Creek. A lot of our pals will be there. Drew Gregory's going to be there. Raccoon Creek Outfitters is going to be there. It's going to be a good time. Ryan's going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah. Thank God. Otherwise, it would just be me and Josh trying to do it by ourselves.
Somebody's got to hang out with the Amish, man.
We need a second opinion for when both of us are right.
We always need a second opinion.
You guys just need somebody to talk to somebody so long that they're like, okay, I'm going to buy it because I got to get out of here. This guy's just going to keep talking to me.
Yeah, we need Eli. We need Eli's aggressive sales techniques.
I will miss Van Tine this year. He's not going to be able to make it, and I will miss him. I have never seen anybody do what Van Tine does. Yeah, I'd just be there, talking to somebody or at the cash register or whatever, and you'd hear like somebody like it. Listen, I'm not trying to no offense, whatever, but you'd hear somebody trying to sex somebody up in the corner, and they're talking like this.
You like crankbaits?
You turn around and Ryan's got somebody in the corner, and the next thing you know, they're in front of the cash register with
arm loads.
I just miss Eli's so are you gonna buy this?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna waste my time?
I asked Eli if he could make it, and he said he can't, and I'll miss him. I'll miss him. He was a star.
Won't we? We'll get him.
He was a star at Columbus. I think he can make it for one day in Columbus.
Cool.
Saturday's the day, Eli.
Yeah, it's all you. It's all you want.
But anyway, so
more
tournaments from me, and 19 and 15/16 inch smallmouth out of a river. Josh, what was yours?
More content and
more
a fish
content.
over 3 pounds.
Your content related, and a fish over 3 pounds. Josh is taking the non-kayak form of leveling up and fishing.
What's that?
Well, you said pounds. I don't know if you know the rules or not, but
non-CPR
inches. All right, look. I don't know if you've heard, but it's just a better gauge.
It's a terrible gauge. It's a more accurate gauge for tournament fishing, sure. But
and Ryan, I believe yours was to up your short game.
Yeah, up my short game, and you know what? I might.
I tried. Sorry.
With the.
I tried to hit the mute.
How very dare you?
Yeah, dude. This isn't a bless you live stream. This is a how dare you.
And I'm gonna go after some more greenfish this year. I'm gonna reacquaint myself with some largemouth.
Dude, I missed the greenfish. I missed the greenfish. I really do. I love the smallies. Yeah. Largemouth are still king because nobody can convince me that there is anything like catching a big old fat largie and you reach down in the water and you put your hand and you grab the fish and you pull them up and just the grandeur of the size of the fish in your hand and its mouth. Largies are king.
That's because you haven't caught a smallmouth over 20 inches.
I was going to say the same thing. And you know what? I hope your smallmouth over 20 inches comes from a foot deep undercut bank, because that thing's going to blow your mind. They have nowhere to go.
So largies are still king.
Everywhere out of the water, and it's going to give you a heart attack. Watch your cholesterol. Get your heart in shape for that 20-inch smallie. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful way to end it.
Dude, I missed one. I missed the one at KAS, and it made me eat pizza that I dropped in the river.
Tyler, if I can quote my buddy Steve Baker, if it's big, I don't care. That's Steve's take on the whole thing, and I tend to agree.
On poundage?
After a certain point, big is big, and they're all fun.
I don't know. I'm telling you, listen, I did nothing last year at the end of the year, the last half of the year. All I did was fish for smallies, and I was enthralled. And I can still walk away from that and tell you that largies are still king.
That's to each their own, I guess.
For more opinions as facts, join us next Thursday.
This is all right. We went from a great way to end to like now we're starting a whole new thing. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Redfish. Oh no.
We'll end it on redfish because I've never caught one. So I
Emmer
can't
drum.
I'd like to.
Yeah, Emmer drum. Can't you hear the Pittsburghian? Emmer drum in them water. Literally.
Zach, I think you can cook them and put French fries on them.
He wants you to get down there to Florida. Right. Down there.
I'm not eating French fries right now.
Yeah, our
empty calories.
So I don't discriminate either. But I'll tell you this: in a tournament situation, guess what I'm going for?
Because they're not on a sandwich.
And this is us walking away.
I
said Happy New Year.
Love you guys.